telling Millie, I feel like this is a very personal practice and moving your body can be really vulnerable. So, doing it from home is always a comfortable choice, and I'd love to have you there as well. Ah, I'm zooming out too much. You're looking for. Oh, yeah. I forgot to send it to you. Sorry. But I'll link you later. But I do have it set so you guys know that it's right on me. So the camera's right behind your head, Erica. And yeah, sometimes your hand could be in it. So just so you guys know, if you don't want to be on the screen at all, you might want to move to the side for that reason. Yeah, sorry. I forgot to tell you guys last time and I noticed some people's head were poking at the top. Yeah, that's so true, Steven. You're right. So I believe we're starting now, guys. It should be live. Let me. Okay. Um. Perfect. All right, awesome. We're gonna start our stretch and sip now, guys. Thanks so much for being here at Stretch and Sip with me today. We are working on fascia. Fascia is a layer of goo in our body essentially that can hold emotions, theoretically, and can hold tensions in our body that we may not be able to feel. So by moving really slowly and stretching really slowly, we're able to release some of those tensions, and you can truly feel a release when you do that. So our last session, we talked about Kundalini Yoga and how that's a practice where we're visualizing light moving through our bodies and visualizing that release, specifically through the tops of our heads. But today we're practicing fascia release, which is a similar practice, but focusing on each part of our body and different muscles, different joints that may be holding tension. Let me turn this down just a bit for us. So let's get right into it. We're going to start in child's pose today. This is a comfortable pose you can always come back to, just on your knees, and you can rest your hands however is comfortable for you, even here at your head's down. You can put your hands out toward the in touch with where those tensions might. And feel what's right for us, understand our own needs through movement much better. And so by doing this child's pose here, we are practicing fascia release right now, just by letting our body melt into this position. So any part that may still feel tense, I encourage you to start to release it. Imagine it melting down towards your mat. Letting our bodies feel loose and comfortable. We're here for a personal practice to be closer to ourselves and to God today. So I encourage you here to take a breath as we continue our child's pose for one more moment. We breathe into our nose, insight out from our mouth. With each breath, our body can get a little heavier. We continue to release down to our mat. And then we'll start to gently lift our heads, coming up onto our forearms. I'm going to choose an arm and lace it underneath the opposite side. Turning my head down toward the mat. My ears coming down to that same side. My knees and feet are staying in the same place. My hips stay back and straight. But my shoulders are twisted. I'm now melting that energy just into this one side. So I feel this shoulder release. You can continue to melt your head down toward your mat, even resting your ear, like I said, here on your hand. As we continue our breath here, I'll share a verse with you. Or do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you, whom you have from God? You are not your own, for you were bought with a price. So glorify God in your body. As we inhale, let's come back up to both forearms. We'll rest here for just a minute. This is our puppy pose. Our head stays up, our shoulders stay up, but our lower body is remaining in that child's pose. We're going to move to the other side now, lacing the opposite arm underneath, letting our heads, our ears come down toward that mat, stretching our other shoulder here, and feel free to move to a comfortable position at any time. Again, we're finding tension in our own body. This is a personal practice where you can feel what's right for you and adjust properly. Our focus is to wake up our body, to use these tools and new approaches to find what feels good and works for us. Beautiful. We'll stay here about 5 more seconds, continuing that breath. Then as we inhale, we come back up to our forearms, our puppy pose. From here, we're going to put our knees up, starting to lift our hips into a quick cat-cow. This is a sequence we've been practicing quite a bit. Our hands and knees are about shoulder width apart. We're not worried about our posture here right now. We're just feeling our hands and knees melting into our mat in a tabletop position, ensuring that these are about shoulder width apart. Our elbows are over our wrists, stacking each muscle on top of one another so that we could slowly and gently lift our necks up toward the ceiling, curving our tummies down and hips up. Then exhaling to tuck our chins in and crunch our tummies tight. Good. Let's exhale and come back to a cat, up toward the ceiling. And opposite, we're crunching in. Now you can move in this sequence however fast you prefer. I'm going to continue to move quite slowly. We're going to continue this up and exhale down. We inhale up and exhale down. Beautiful. We'll repeat that one more time. As you practice this sequence, I'll share this verse with you. In Him we live and move and have our being. So we talked last time, hello, welcome, about how Christ lives within us. We imagine that light moving throughout us. And so today we're feeling it. I want you to focus on the feeling, the sensation of spirits moving through you, of the Spirit moving through you. We'll stay here for just a minute. Fascia release is about slow and gentle movements. Really be mindful about every movement you're making, nice and slow today. Good, nice and gentle. We're gonna put our feet back, our hips back to this puppy dog pose. Our forearms toward the front, our shoulders stay up and our head stays up. Just gently curving our back here, letting our tummies melt down toward our mat, hips down toward our mat. Again, continuing to melt our bodies down to ground ourselves here, continuing to feel more comfortable as we practice these poses. Our goal is to foster a mind-body connection, to be closer to ourselves and thereby to each other and ultimately to God. Beautiful. So now let's start to bring it up. Now let's push our palms into our mat, the balls of our feet back. Our hips are going to push up toward the ceiling for a downward dog. You could pedal your feet here, pushing your heels back one at a time, to encourage your legs to straighten, your hips to be high, and your spine to be straight. Downward dog is a great full body pose that we can practice for fascia release. Good. I encourage you to let your heads melt down toward the mat. We're not holding any tension in our necks here or our shoulders. Our abs are staying engaged to keep our spine straight. Our hips up high. Again, we're holding these poses for quite a bit today. Feel free to come down to a comfortable position at any point. We'll stay here for a few more breaths, and as we do, I'll share another verse with you. For bodily exercise is of some value, but godliness is of value in every way, since it holds promise for the present life and also for the life to come. So though doing these movements are important, what's more important is the feeling that they bring us. Again, we're feeling what's right for us, finding those tensions and leaning into them, letting ourselves melt down to our mat to ground ourselves here, to feel that release. And now nice and slow, let's start to walk our feet up toward our hands. Bringing our hands down toward our feet, we're moving right into a forward fold. Keeping our head down, letting gravity do the work for us. Releasing our shoulders here, our hands here, and our wrists. You could practice some wrist circles or shake out your fingers. We acknowledge any tension that we may feel after doing these poses, so that we can feel what's right for us, where our body is asking for release. Again, imagining that light traveling through us, moving to that part We breathe through it to release. Very good. We're here to consider what our body needs right now so we can stretch and sip together, then go out and be our best self to share our sacred love. Loving ourselves starts by listening to our bodies. Perfect. A wonderful way to listen to your body all the time is through a breath. We've been practicing some breathing exercises. Breathing in for 3, holding it, and then releasing with a long breath. A short breath in, we sniff. We hold it in our belly, and then a long breath out to release. Beautiful. I encourage you to continue those types of breath, those breathing exercises, whatever feels good for you. As we continue this fascia release, these poses, to move slowly and gently, to find those areas of tension and to stretch them out together. We'll stay here for one more breath. And then we'll slowly lift our heads up from the top of our head, from our crown. We start to lift up to our neck, our upper back, our mid back, all the way down to our hips. We are standing now. Your shoulders can roll here. Good. Finding that comfort as you stand. Oops. And re-ground yourself here at your mat so that your feet are about shoulder width apart. You're standing up tall, your spine is engaged. Your chest is open. So that now we can move into a pose to release fascia in our hips. This is an area where a lot of people can hold tension. So by doing a quick lunge, we can feel in one side where that tension may lie. And so if it's in your lower back, you may feel it here. You may feel that stretch, especially in your lower back. If it's in your knee, then you may want to come down. One knee down. To the side for a low lunge. Good. And if it's here in your hips, you may want to come all the way down for a lizard pose. Again, your hands to the front, just letting yourself release down toward your mat. So again, you can try those different adaptations. You could switch between them. Feel what's comfortable for you and adjust accordingly so that you could stay there for just a moment. If you have a block, you're welcome to put a block right here in front of your hip or behind your hip to support you as we stay here. Today our goal is to move fascia and feel release. Similarly to our practice with Kundalini Yoga, imagining movement through each area of our body to experience release. And so as we talked with Kundalini Yoga, the base of our hips is the center of our energy. We talked a lot about grounding ourselves from our hips and imagining light traveling up from our hips through our spine and out from the top of our head up to the skies and the heavens above us. So I encourage you to close your eyes, use that visualization again. Again, we're using these important tools to support our journey of connecting with the spirit within us. So nice and gently, I'm going to start to reverse what I've done here, coming back up to one foot at the front. My hands here at my knees. I again focus energy here at my knee. Excellent. And then here, I'm going to put my hand to my side, pushing up on the ball of my foot, coming back up into that lunge. Feeling again release through my low back. Now you can step on up, coming back up to ground ourselves yet again. Feet about shoulder width apart. We can roll our shoulders here. Opening our chest, keeping our spine straight. Taking in what sensations might arise after we've stretched our hips. I started here with my left. Now we're going to move into the right. So let's step to the other direction. And start with our lunge. Feeling any tension in our low back. Maybe feeling some tickles here in our knee. So we can come back down. My hands will come here to my side to support me. My back knee back. Hands to your front knee, just pushing gently. Again, releasing here at the other knee this time, continuing that breath. Moving between adaptations, modifying as you need to. Again, I'm going to weave this front foot forward. My back legs go back. My hands stay at the front to support me. I could even come down to my forearms. Whatever modification feels best for you, feel free to put a block here at your front or back to support you as we stay here for just a moment. We're focusing on releasing that energy in our hips. Taking in that sensation. Continuing our breath here. And as we do, I'll share another verse with you. The Bible says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight." And so in this practice, we acknowledge maybe discomfort that we feel here, or newness, especially if this is not a pose we typically practice. Our goal is to accept those feelings and to embrace them, to show them love, to be present with them. Because our presence proves our faith. By showing up, we submit to Him. And by continuing our practice, we prove that we have trust in God's plan for us. Again, we're going to stay here for a few more breaths. Our goal is to stay here for as long as we can, but feel free to move as you'd like to a position that's comfortable for you. Beautiful. And then we'll start to reverse what we've done yet again. We're going to put one foot forward, lunging here to our front knee. The ball of our foot back. My hand here to my side to support me as I come back up into my standing lunge. Beautiful. Now we'll come back to standing one more time. Grounding our feet about shoulder width apart. Shoulders up, back and down, open chest. As we bring our crown back down to that forward fold, reversing what we did. This time we're going from our crown to our neck, then our upper back, our mid back, our low back, eventually down to our feet. Our energy rest here. We're moving through the sequence reverse now. Our hands come to the front. Balls of our feet back, hips up for a downward dog. Feel free to pedal your feet, lifting one heel at a time to encourage those legs to stay straight and strong. As we come back down to our knees, nice and gentle. Back to our cat-cow. We inhale up to the ceiling. We exhale, crunching in together. Continuing that cow-cow sequence as slow or fast as you'd like. Then coming back to center, keeping our hands here at our front about shoulder width apart. We're going to bring our bodies down to our mat, laying here on our stomachs. Our hands are next to our shoulder. Our forearms are down on our mat now. I encourage you to release your whole body down to your mat here. Just take a minute to feel comfortable laying flat on your mat. Taking a few breaths here before we push up our crowns to the ceiling. Now you could stay here, just your chest and shoulders pushing your head up, or you could push all the way up with your stomach stretched toward the ceiling, curving that spine, pushing your hips down toward your mat. Beautiful. Again, feeling release in our lower back and down through our hips here. Feeling what's right for us. Feel free to come back to your forearms at any time. Back down to your mat. Good, but encouraging our bodies to come back up. Curving that stomach up toward the ceiling. Chest open. And hips down. Through movement, we release tensions, distractions, grievances, pain, stressors. We aim to open ourselves to God's truest path for us and prove our faith in Him. His love exists in us always, and we can awaken it and let it spread so we can share it as a light that shines in darkness. Beautiful. So let's bring our light back up toward the ceiling. Again, we talked last time about how the sky is representative of the heavens. By looking up to the skies, we look up to God. And so I encourage you to imagine that visualization now, the light moving through your hips, up through your spine, and out through the top of your head, toward the ceiling, toward the sun. Encouraging that release of energy from our hips. Good. Now nice and gentle, we'll come back down and reverse what we've done yet again. We're coming back to a cat-cow. So I'm pushing my palms up. My knees come forward, about shoulder width apart. And I continue my cat-cow up and down. You can move as fast or slow as you'd like here. This is a simple sequence that encourages the flow of energy through our whole body while grounding our palms and knees here at our mat. Grounding is another important tool we've talked a lot about. And it's a simple way to feel that sensation within ourselves. We'll stay here at a tabletop for just a moment as I share a verse with you. For he serves as a minister in the holy temple and true tent, which the Lord set up, not man. Now he must make all things according to the pattern shown him. And so, like I said, we're showing our trust in these tools as a means to grow closer to our own bodies, to each other, and to God. So let's practice the sequence here. We've stayed here at our tabletop position. We're feeling really grounded and strong here. We're going to go quickly through a cat, a cow, and down to a puppy pose. Here on our forearms, our heads up, shoulders up. Beautiful. You can push your body back up. We're going up, breathing down, and hips back, straight into our puppy pose. Beautiful. Again, this is a really easy sequence to feel that flow of energy going up. We crunch it down, bring it in, and our hips come back. Beautiful. Let's practice that one more time. We're going up, crunching down, pushing our hips back. God shows us the way and we follow faithfully. Let's rest here just a moment. You can come back down into your child's pose, completely releasing your upper and lower bodies. Grounding your full body down to your mat. Continuing that breath, you could practice a breath exercise here. Breathe it in, hold it, and then release. Beautiful. Take note of how your body's feeling now. Any areas that might be feeling sore or tired, we're going to give them special attention. Our body is asking for certain things from us, and our goal today is to listen. Beautiful. Let's push our hands back up. My head starts to come up slowly, as do my hips. The balls of my feet back, pushing me up back into my downward dog. Good. Again, pedaling my feet here, encouraging my legs to stay straight, my hips to stay up toward the ceiling, heads down, letting gravity do the work for me. Continuing our breath, nice and slow. Again, we're holding these poses for quite a while today, so feel free to release at any time. We are listening to our own bodies for a personal practice that brings us closer to ourselves and to God. Life is so full of hardships, and we know God's love is our only true answer. So grounding is an important tool that can help us reduce stress, improve mental clarity, and foster a sense of calm and peace. So nice and easy, I'm going to walk up toward my hand, coming back to that forward fold. And letting my energy rest here just in my feet. Again, you could stretch out your wrist here, shake out your fingers. Let your shoulders fall. Not worrying about your posture or even having straight legs. Just gently letting gravity do work for you to ground yourself down into your mat. Nice and easy. We're coming up from the crown, the top of our head. Our shoulders come up and back. Our mid-back stays strong. Again, we're coming to our mountain pose, standing. Our shoulders can come up, back, and down to open our chest here. Our palms are going to come together at our chest here. This is going to encourage our shoulders to stay strong and open. Beautiful. Our hips should be right above our ankles, about shoulder width apart. Good. We're really focusing on grounding our feet here now. So you might want to move forward and back and just feel the dispersion of weight in your feet. Notice any areas that are holding tension, leaning into them, giving them attention and care. As we reach our hands up toward the ceiling and then down toward our sides. Beautiful. Almost like we're swimming, we bring them back up here again to our chest, pushing those palms together, feeling the sensation that arises after we do that movement. Let's try it again. Coming up and releasing down. Beautiful. Hands back to your center. We'll repeat that one more time together. I encourage you to close your eyes here. Really focus on that feeling, on the sensation of your arms moving up. And then bringing them back down to your side before closing them again here at your heart. Beautiful. Let's practice a breath here. Hold it, then release. As I share with you, the heavens declare the glory of the God, the skies proclaim the work of his hands. And so though it's going to be a rainy day, I actually would love for you guys to get outside and practice this outside. To look up to the skies, let's practice it together, looking up to the skies, hands up. Then bringing that energy back down toward yourself and centering it here at your heart. Good. You're welcome to continue. A continuous flow, bringing it up, down, together, up, down, and together, moving as slow or fast as you'd like, feeling that sensation, letting that light move through you and around you. So now that we've grounded ourselves here, we're going to challenge ourselves to balance in a tree pose. My hands are going to stay here at my center to encourage my spine to stay straight and strong. My feet are still about shoulder width apart. My hips are feeling strong and flexible. I'm going to choose one side and gently lift my leg here to my lower leg, to my shin. Good. Now feel the sensation of how that one foot is balancing your body. Notice where it's leaning towards, where any tension may lie. If you're feeling any pain in your ankle, do bring your foot back down. We're taking it nice and slow, nice and easy, beautiful. Balancing here for one more breath. Then exhaling to bring it back down. Again, grounding ourselves here. We could practice that same movement, going up, down, and together, as slow or fast as we'd like. Beautiful. To reground ourselves. Again, pedaling our feet out, we can move our toes, move our heels, ensuring that the weight is evenly distributed between our feet. Before we gently lift the other side up to my toes, I bring it into my shin. My hands are staying strong and centered, keeping those shoulders straight. To encourage my upper body to stay still and my lower body to stay grounded. My foot is staying strong and steady. I'm noticing any areas of tension. I'm leaning into them, but if I feel any pain, especially around my ankle, I'll drop it to reground myself, to ensure that weight is evenly distributed, that I'm feeling strong and steady. My hips are flexible, they're moving along with me. My whole body is connected. And I'm ready to exhale to bring that foot back down. Beautiful, guys. Humming is the most literal form of vibration. Oh, I skipped one. In yoga, Akasha can mean space, emptiness, sky, related to hearing. So like we said, God is up in the sky. We're looking to the skies for guidance. We're bringing that light back down and closing it in on ourselves. Beautiful. We can continue that motion. As I share with you, yes, the Akashas are representative of the sky, and humming is the most literal form of vibrating. And so the idea is that the sky holds vibrations within it, that the air around us shares certain energies and vibrations. By bringing them into ourselves, we can find which one is right for us, what our body needs now. We practiced before a gentle and om sound. Just in our own mouths, we're humming it. So I encourage you to try that now as you continue this motion. We go up, down, and together. As you inhale, you feel that energy within you. You release it with a gentle Beautiful. Let's try that again together. Our hands going up, down, to our center. We breathe, and we hum gently to bring those energies within our bodies. Up, down, and together. So like I said, I encourage you guys to try this outside. To hum outside, to hear the sound of the birds, of the wind, of the rain, whatever weather it may be. It will be a rainy week this week, but we'll be out there feeling that energy, opening our bodies to the skies. Let's roll our shoulders here, opening our hearts now. We roll them gently side to side, front to back. Good. Some circles toward the back, and then toward the front. Again, finding any tensions and leaning into them. Taking some time to feel how your shoulders feel after you've just done those motions. That's not something we do often, right? To open our chest and shoulders in that way. So we're taking a minute to reset here and to feel how that sensation may arise in our shoulders after we've moved in that way. Before we come down back to our mats for a forward fold, we're going to hold these for quite a bit of time, guys. This is a time for an important fascia release. So my feet are still about shoulder width apart. I'm melting my head down, letting gravity do the work for me. And I'll hold this pose for quite a bit. This is where our fascia release comes in. By holding this pose for quite a moment, we can really zone in on any areas of discomfort or tension. And breathe through them, imagining that release. We're going to include mindful moment with a yoga sequence we've been practicing often. Holding each pose can continue to help us be comfortable there and eventually experience a feeling of release. Similarly to how we talked about Kundalini Yoga, the feeling of release, a spiritual release, where we're imagining our bodies filled with light, full of love. Taking things nice and slow, starting here in this forward fold. Reminding ourselves that this movement is a way of worship. We listen to our body and feel what's working for us. We'll be here. Your knees. Just a gentle stretch here for 1 more minute. We trust that using these tools makes a difference. Showing up is an act of self-love. We continue our breath here. Beautiful. And we'll exhale to come back down to our tabletop position. My hands come to my side to support me. And I'll recenter myself here so that I could put this other foot toward the front and push right into the opposite leg. Lunging now to the left. My hands stay here at my knee. And just gently, I'm pushing my knee just slightly forward over my ankle, but not beyond my toes. We're connecting to God and just showing up for Him, ourselves, and others. So these simple poses, again, are things that you can practice at home, that you can do from home if you're watching now from home. In times where you're feeling challenged or tired or busy, taking these moments to focus in on our own body, to listen to what our body is feeling, is a way of worship, a way of connecting, and a way of finding that Christ inside of us, inside of ourselves. So as we release this final pose, we'll continue this for about 30 more seconds. And as we release it, we're going to come back up to standing and practice a prayer walk. My hand's going to come down to my side to push me back up into standing, nice and easy, 1 vertebrae at a time. So I could stand about shoulder width apart, shoulders up high, chest open. We're going to practice just walking gently, lifting 1 foot at a time. You could even practice going forward and back on both your feet. Beautiful. I want you to focus your energy at your feet now. Again, practicing grounding. Grounding is an important practice, traditionally a Native American practice, as a means to connect to the earth, literally to ground yourself on the earth. And so that's something we've been practicing a lot. I've been using the word grounding a lot. But to define it, it is a practice where we touch the earth, we touch the ground, and connect to it, nice and gentle. And so this may seem like a simple movement, but again, this is an important tool, an important practice that we can do in our daily lives to find that peace in every moment, to make time for mindfulness, especially when our body needs it the most. And so what I encourage you to do is to incorporate a prayer with this gentle movement, to think about what you desire or what may be stressing you, and to gently release it alongside this movement. Whenever you're ready, you can re-round yourself, just standing about shoulder width apart, putting those palms together yet again, and practicing that motion up toward the skies, down toward yourself, and back here to your heart. Beautiful. Now you can close your eyes there. After eating or in the morning or in evening, these movements are so beneficial for regulating our blood sugar, for getting our energy up, improving our productivity. Our confidence can come from familiar movement. When we feel comfortable, we better connect. And so now it's time for us to have a mindful moment together. Let's share this for about 1 minute. We're going to stand together. You can close your eyes. Feel what your body needs at this time. And we'll have a quiet moment for 1 minute. We're just going to breathe and move in a way that feels right for us. Beautiful. We're continuing our breath, our prayer here, having a personal time to meditate, to be mindful, to connect to our bodies and to God. I hope you feel full of light and peace at this time, that you feel stronger and more connected to yourself. And now that we do, I would love for you to find a pose that's comfortable for you and come back to it. I'm going to come down into a child's pose. But I encourage you to find whatever pose you practice today, any position that feels comfortable for you. Come back to it. Give your body that moment of release for a personal pose, whatever position is most impactful for you. Again, our goal is to connect to ourselves and to release any tension that may exist within us, to uplift it, to show it love and acceptance, and to fill it with light. Our goal is to feel that release of that connective tissue that we can't see, but we may be able to feel. We're leaning into those tensions and gently and slowly letting them dissolve. In Him we live and move and have our being. So as we finish our practice today, you can come back up into an easy seat. And I welcome you guys to share, either silently or out loud, anything that you have on your mind, any successes, any stresses. We're going to share them here in this sacred room, in our own community, where we feel safe and comforted. And we're going to show each other support by praying for each other together here, our hands to our heart, our palms together. Not worrying about our posture anymore, just sitting comfortably here at our spots. We made time today to be at our mat, to be mindful, and to move our bodies together. Again, our goal is to stretch our minds and bodies, to feel some sense of release, and to eventually experience some spiritual growth to be closer to God on a very personal, deep level, in whatever way feels right for us. And so let's uplift those feelings together as we finish our practice with a prayer. Let us pray. God, we know your light lives within us. I pray that this community feels that light throughout this week, that it continues to grow, and that we're able to share it in a way that feels good for us and for others. In you we live and move and have our being. Amen. Namaste, guys. Thanks so much for practicing today. And thanks for those of you who are watching from home. Let me end it here. Oh, I think it already ended automatically, so that's perfect. And I welcome you guys to come on over to our sip portion. We've got some new mocktails, I should say, available. I'll bring over the spray for your mats, of course.